The story leads our bulletin this hour. The Modimolle Regional Court in Limpopo has reserved judgment in an application for a trial within a trial in the Phala Phala farm theft case. The state applied for the evidence of its fourth witness to be examined after he told the court that he did not make the statement. The witness told the court that the statement was presented to him by police and was ordered to sign it. He's testifying against Emanuela David and siblings Floriana and Dilishano Joseph. The three allegedly broke into Ramaphosa's farm and stole $580,000 back in 2020. The sixth state witness, who is the farm's general manager, is now testifying after the fourth witness was provisionally excused from the stand. All right, let's go live to our reporter now, Phimani Baloyi, who's there for us. Good afternoon, Phimani. Judgment has been reserved in that application for trial within a trial. Just talk us through today's proceedings.
Good afternoon, Fundo, and good afternoon to our viewers. As you rightfully stated, judgment still remains reserved on that application, Fundo, and Magistrate Peter Mantata said he might deliver his judgment when the court resumes after the current lunch break. But what happened in court today, Fundo, the bulk of it is that the state called three state witnesses. The first one, as you stated in your intro, Fundo, is the general manager at the farm, who the majority of this is testimony for the state. His evidence in chief was to confirm that there was a break-in. He also confirmed that there was CCTV footage that he received from a technical manager who was responsible for surveillance cameras in and around the farm, specifically close to the main house in the farm, and stating that in the CCTV footage, which he says was sent to his cell phone, he could see that there were people who crawled into the main house, and at some point they even tampered with the cameras to prevent the cameras to capture them as they broke into that main house and entered it. So that was the bulk of his testimony. But under cross-examination, defense tried to poke holes into his main testimony, where they tried to ask, because the state's case is that accused number 2, Ms. Floriana Joseph, was a domestic worker, a temporary domestic worker at the farm, and she's the one who was aware that there was money, and she's the one who might have told their co-accused and others about the money. So the defense poked holes in that testimony, asking, could they confirm if Ms. Floriana was aware of the money? And he said that he too wasn't aware that there was money, and that as temporary workers, as far as he knows, temporary workers do not work in the main house. So he could not confirm if Ms. Dave Joseph, as a temporary worker, had gone to the main house and had seen this money. So that was the first state witness. Two others were called in. The first one of these two was a person who works at a car dealership, where we were given large sums of money which were spent by the first accused on this matter, Mr. Emanuela David. On day one, we are told he purchased a Golf 7 at this dealership in Benoni. But in the period between that break-in in February 2020 and over the years, he went back to the dealership and purchased numerous other vehicles, two of them to the amount of 1.2 million rand. And according to the sales manager at that dealership, these purchases were made in cash and they were made in US dollars. But secondary, this testimony also spoke to this salesperson introducing Mr. Emanuele David to a casino where he would regularly go on numerous occasions, go there and make exchanges from US dollars to rands. So this is the testimony of the second witness today. Defense also tried to poke holes into this, where Mr. Emanuele David's legal representative stated that Mr. Emanuele was actually making those purchases on behalf of other people that he had been introduced to them by from Namibia. He even named the specific person, saying those vehicles were actually not in the possession of Mr. Emanuele David, but he was asked to make the purchases on behalf of other people who were in Namibia. Also stating that the dealership could not confirm where the money was coming from. asking a lot which country was the money coming from, sort of trying to state that we could not confirm where this money was coming from or if it was coming from the theft that happened at the president's farm. But the third state witness, who was not cross-examined at all today, was somebody who works for a bus company, who confirmed that Mr. Emanuele David purchased a bus ticket that transported him from Cape Town to the province in and around a few days before that alleged break-in. So, Mfundo, these are the three witnesses that testified today, and this brings to about a total of over 7 state witnesses. I think it could even be 8 or 9 state witnesses who have testified in this trial, where we know the state says they've lined up about 24 state witnesses to give testimony before this court. When we come back from lunch break at around 2, the magistrate is likely to give his judgment on that application of that witness who came to this witness stand and told court that the statement that brought him to court, he was not aware of it. He was only asked to sign off on it. And so, as somebody who's illiterate and who doesn't know English or any other South African language, who only speaks Ochivambo, he could not identify with the contents of that witness, of that statement. So when we come back, the magistrate is likely to give his judgment. Is he going to accept the statement? What is going to happen with that witness who was ready to testify? Is he going to continue testifying? What is the status of his evidence in comparison to his written statement that he says it's not his? Mfundo.
Mani, we trust you to keep us abreast of all developments there, specifically that ruling of a trial within a trial. That's SABC News reporter Pimani Baloyi, who continues to monitor the Phala Phala theft case.